More shakeups behind the scenes at Assassin's Creed. I think game companies should study the launch of this game. We got a Summer Game Fest 2026 date. I got my hands on the Xbox ROG LIX, so we'll share my impressions. And we got way more gaming news to go over. So good that you're joining the Sunday News Roundup. And let's go. The boss of the Assassin's Creed franchise, Marc-Alexis Coté, has left Ubisoft this week. As I reported in a previous Sunday video, Ubisoft now has a new subsidiary called Vantage Studios, with a dedicated leadership and studios that only focus on Far Cry, Assassin's Creed and Rainbow Six. It's backed by a 1.25 billion euro injection from the massive Chinese tech company Tencent. They now own 25% of that company, meaning they also take a 25% share of the revenue from those franchises. So they're likely getting more involved in shaping the future of these brands, including Assassin's Creed, and Marc-Alexis was not part of that plan. On LinkedIn, Marc-Alexis wrote, Ubisoft decided to transfer the leadership of the Assassin's Creed franchise to someone closer to its new organizational structure. A different position was mentioned, but it did not carry the same scope, mandate or continuity with the work I had been entrusted with in recent years. So he was basically getting demoted from his role as franchise boss. He would have had to report to someone above him instead of making the final calls. We don't know yet who will replace him, but yeah, I get why he left. On LinkedIn, he also added, I did not walk away, I stayed at my post until Ubisoft asked me to step aside. Now, I've seen many people celebrate him leaving, but I think we actually have not seen many of his decisions play out yet. He worked on the franchise for almost 20 years as a designer, producer, and even director on Assassin's Creed 3 at Ubisoft Quebec, and he was also the director on Syndicate. But he only became a franchise boss in 2022. So he made decisions in 2022 for the next 5 to maybe 8 years. Mirage, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and Hexe were already in development when he took over. Maybe the Animus Hub and its current iteration were his idea, and yes, right now it's not more than a launcher with modern day data points to read, but that was also something meant to evolve over time. During the Assassin's Creed Showcase in September 2022, he shared his vision of releasing multiple Assassin's Creed games but focused on different audiences instead of only doing big RPGs like they had been doing previously. I still think that's a great idea and they might just continue with that but with different leaders. The fact is at least that things are changing again now that Tencent is more involved. And that could also be a good thing, like we've seen what Ubisoft has been trying these last couple of years and it's not been very successful. Tencent is known for releasing successful products, so maybe their insights will help make the series better. Still, I would be surprised if we see any major changes already next year, when they seemingly have the Black Flag remake planned before April, a multiplayer game with round-based sessions similar to Fall Guys, new content for Assassin's Creed Shadows, the mobile game Jade, if that's still happening, and of course the big one, Assassin's Creed Hexe, at the end of the year. So yeah, it's a lot of speculation I think right now, but let me know what you think it means in the comments down below. I will dive deeper into this in a separate video on JorRaptor this coming week. We'll record that during the Monday stream. But yeah, let's talk about other gaming news, the Xbox ROG LIX and way more. Leave a like, that would really help me out, and subscribe, because we post one of these big gaming news roundup videos every Sunday. Now time for quick shots, news stories I will go over quickly. We finally got an update on the Horizon movie that was announced at CES in January. At first, Sony wanted to do a Netflix show, which I still think would have worked better for Zero Dawn, but that fell apart after the showrunner, who was also behind the Umbrella Academy, was accused of toxic bullying, manipulation, and more. Now, as you might know, there's been an ongoing lawsuit between Tencent and Sony over the game Light of Motoram. I hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, it clearly rips off almost everything about the Horizon setting, even if the gameplay is closer to a Palworld style clone. So the lawsuit is still ongoing, but the Game Post got its hands on legal documents revealing that the Horizon Zero Dawn movie already has a working script and that Sony is actively looking for a director. The company aims to start filming in 2026 with a planned release in 2027. And they're working in partnership with Columbia Pictures, who also produced the Uncharted and Gran Turismo films. Let's hope Horizon turns out better. I don't have a great feeling about this overall, but I hope I'm wrong. Like, I think with a TV show they could really expand on the setting and create new stories that we did not know about before, while with a movie they will likely just focus on the main story and rush things. And again, I don't have a great feeling, but fingers crossed. It has been quiet for a while regarding the Horizon franchise in terms of projects that actually move the story forward. So I'm not talking about the Lego game or Zero Dawn Remaster. I'm really curious when they will start talking again, since we know they have an online game and of course the third single-player title in development. It's now been 2.5 years since Burning Shores. Now let me know what you hope to see from the future of Horizon in the comments, and I will keep you posted of course here. Maybe we see something during Summer Game Fest 2026. Summer Game Fest is where the Lego game, for example, was announced. We now got an official date for the 2026 edition, Friday, June 5th. It once again promises a spectacular cross-platform showcase of what's next in video games. Next year is going to be interesting because June 5th is just 1 week after GTA 6 releases. That could either put gaming back on the mainstream map and boost excitement for other titles, or everyone will be too busy playing GTA 6 to care about these new reveals. With a big caveat of course, if the game still launches on May 26th. I've been in the delayed until October camp for a while and I'm sticking with it. Summer Game Fest is also when Xbox will likely hold another big showcase, and 2026 is huge for them. They really need to justify that Game Pass price increase with a new Forza, Gears of War E-Day and a Halo 1 remake that is rumored to be announced during the Halo World Championships on October 24th, so next week. I hope Fable gets the extra spotlight at the end of the show, the way they gave that space to Outer Worlds 2 this year. Ubisoft will likely return to Summer Game Fest 2026 as well, with Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, and probably Assassin's Creed Hexe or Far Cry 7. Sony has Wolverine coming. I'm expecting maybe a gameplay reveal during a State of Play a little before the Summer Game Fest time or afterwards. So yeah, Summer Game Fest 2026 should be a big one. And of course, I will keep you posted here, do predictions and all that sort of stuff. I think many companies should take a case study from the rollout of Battlefield 6. We learned that the game had the biggest launch in the series with 7 million copies sold in just 3 days. The launch was 4 times bigger than Battlefield 5 in Europe. It all started with going back to the roots of what people actually want in a Battlefield game, then introducing Battlefield Labs, where players from all over the world could try and give feedback on an early version of the shooter. Sure, that meant that the game would leak all over the internet, but it did not matter, because when they finally revealed it at the end of July, people were still super excited. They could immediately play it through multiple beta weekends that followed, and then bam, the game was out just 2 months later. I think this is a masterclass in how you revive a big franchise in the modern age. Now, Battlefield is not for me, but I'm happy that people who love the series finally have a good game again. Let me know what series you think should have a renaissance like this in the comments down below. Now, we don't have a ton of leaks this week that would fit in the rumor roundup we of course do every week, but one is worth mentioning. A Switch 2 version of Assassin's Creed Shadows is reportedly dropping on December 5th. And this comes from D-Labs, who has been right countless of times about PlayStation Plus titles, so this one seems legit. I think the game will probably run fine on Switch 2, since I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows on the Xbox ROG Lix, and even on low settings it looks great and it easily hits 60 FPS. So yes, Asus sent me the Xbox ROG Lix so I could test it out, and I really think this is a glimpse into the future of Xbox. So I've been using the Lix a lot from last year, and one big thing you will notice is that there are grips now. So it's way nicer to hold, it feels more like a controller, great for longer gaming sessions. So I already dig that, but my biggest surprise was the Xbox app. So it's obviously still a PC handheld, you still got your Windows desktop if you want to, but they also have a dedicated Xbox environment where your game performance will be enhanced. And I really think this UI could be similar to what the next gen Xbox will use as well. So on the homepage you can see which games you have installed, and this can include Steam games as well. So also PlayStation titles, and they even in the library, if you go to the apps, showcase all the other launches that are available, which include the Epic Game Store and also Steam. And I really think Xbox will likely stay just as open next generation, because you're still within their ecosystem, even if you play your Steam library or your Epic Game Store games or maybe buy games there. But yeah, because on the home screen, you're constantly being reminded of Game Pass and all the things they got going on. I think it's like a best of both worlds scenario for them, where they can lure new people into their ecosystem by providing you a device that can play all these games, and then you are reminded of Game Pass easily. So yeah, for $1,000, it's like a hard recommendation. You really have to be in the market for one of these PC handhelds, travel a lot, maybe used in the bathtub like me, although don't try that at home, please. So yeah, it's the best PC handheld out there right now. I'm digging it. Like, I do travel a lot. I like to play games on a handheld device. So being able to play every game that I want to play, even the AAA games, sure, on low settings, but still 60 FPS, that's nice for me. But again, it really depends on your current situation. So this coming week is packed with new releases, with highlights including Ninja Gaiden 4, which launches day 1 on PC and Xbox Game Pass. It will also come to PlayStation. It will probably get high review scores, right? But I'm curious if it can find a big enough audience. I'm not seeing a lot of people talk about it, but let me know if you will be playing it in the comments down below. We finally get Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 after many years. The publisher actually reached out to ask if I wanted to do a sponsored stream, so would be awesome if you could join. That would really support me. We can then find out together if the game is any fun. A link to that stream is in the video description. New PlayStation Plus extra games are also dropping, including Silent Hill 2 and Until Dawn. Perfect if you want to get in that Halloween spirit. I've got a fun video coming this week on the main channel, next to, of course, the gaming news roundup like this. And I'll be posting a lot of reacts on the React channel, starting with my weekly Monday stream, where we will go deeper into the news from this video. Link as always in the video description. Check out my video on Ghost of Yotei versus Assassin's Creed Shadows by clicking on the screen. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. A like would be awesome, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.